We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Phoenix Suns. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry, our distinguished analyst. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. Here we go. Tip-off goes to the Thunder. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
He can't get that one to fall. Solid defense from Bol. An open look for Booker. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Another shot. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
His instincts are terrific. Williams has a nose for the ball and gets himself into great position.
Up top, Booker. He takes it in. Allen outside. Launches it. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Gilgeous-Alexander into the lane. Uses the glass on the layup.
Gilgeous-Alexander up there. So dynamic as a finisher.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Outside Durant. There's a screen by Bol. Down low. Clock at 6. Yep, that one goes.
His length and then his quickness, Durant, you just can't cover the guy. An absolute nightmare matchup. And then you add the pick and roll to it.
When you look at the career of Kevin Durant, he's had an amazing list of teammates, Grant.
Yeah, that's true, B.A. And it started with Westbrook and Harden. Then he had Steph, Clay, and Dre, Kyrie, and then Booker and Beal. That is quite the list.
The ball's knocked loose. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Booker. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He's got 5. Pass to Williams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rejected by Bol. Three-pointer. Beal buries it from 3.
Yeah, not a lot of people would call that a good shot, but if it's Bradley Beal, it might be.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He wants to review the game plan. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 5. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer. I asked him specifically about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and what their defensive game plan is for him, and Coach said we have to be active, we have to keep him in front of us, and to try to limit his chances around the rim. Their offense really opens up when he's able to attack the basket, so let's see if the defense is up for the challenge. BA?
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
Isaiah Hartenstein.
And Hartenstein gets it to go.
Some heads-up ball there from Dort.
Pass to Beal. Dort with a steal. They're running from deep. Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Hartenstein. Got it. 2 for 5 now.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him.
Now into the lineup for the Thunder.
Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. And last season, Brent, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, BA. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team, again, to the #1 seed in the Western Conference and averaged 36 and 5. He also led the league at 2 steals per game. What a season. You know, it's always interesting. Free throw shooting, consistency at a high level. That's an attribute that Devin Booker shows off every season.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Yeah, the defense making it way too easy for Holmgren. Got to push him farther out than this.
Some room here for Williams. Cole grabs the board. Suns trail by 4. Now here's Allen. Pass to Bol. Outside Booker. There's a screen by Bol. 6 on the shot clock. There's the triple. Allen can't get it to go. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Here's Dort. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It goes on Bol.
And that's just Dort being Dort. I mean, the guy plays so physical and bullies his way inside.
From undrafted to a key rotational player, Lu Dort's story is definitely inspirational for him.
This guy has worked so hard to make himself into an NBA player. But I will tell you this, BA, he's never not believed that he wasn't one. And Luguentz Dort continues to make improvements, and the guys on the team love the way he approaches it. Yeah, KD attacking the rim. Hard to imagine anybody's going to get in the way of that.
Dort, left side. Back to Hartenstein.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Knocked away. Here's Durant. Dort grabs the miss. Thunder with a lead. Holmgren with it. Now guarded by Booker. And the shot goes. Holmgren's gotten his second bucket.
A beautiful finish through contact. That's the dog in Holmgren.
Booker looking around. Outside Durant. Back to Booker. Allen outside. Shoots from 12. Here's Bol. Yes! And it's Booker with the setup.
And he knows he can make this shot. I mean, clearly there's no indecision for him from there.
There's something to be said about knowing yourself. It allows him to shoot and shoot comfortably, even with taller defenders out there.
And we see the speed and power. I mean, Williams shows off on that one.
The kick to Durant. Back to Bol. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Lu Dort picks one up. These are his first free throws of the game. And the first one at the line is good. Oklahoma City making a switch here. And he makes both free throws. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they'd like.
And I really can't see why they wouldn't.
Back to Caruso. Rejected by Bol. And they get it back from deep. Holmgren. The Suns clear it. In transition, here come the Suns. Three-pointer, Beal. Phoenix no good that time either. Thunder leading by 3. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Oh, it's blocked by Bull. Outside Booker. One second left. And that's good for 2.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter.
17.
Thunder out in front. They lead by 1.
18.
And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Oklahoma City.
They've done a great job establishing an inside presence. Now that'll open up more options offensively throughout the remainder of the game.
O'Neal on the wing. Back to Booker. Pass to Lee. Three-pointer. That shot off. And Williams has got the ball here for the Thunder. Williams on the wing. Stolen by Booker. Here's O'Neal. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. That shot is good by O'Neal.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Well, it's rare to see a young player as efficient as Jalen Williams, Brent.
B.A., it's been remarkable, especially when you factor in that this guy is relied on for a lot of shooting. I mean, his shooting volume is very high. This is a blossoming star for this team, and I'm not sure we can put a ceiling on what that potential is.
Back to Richards. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Richards has got his first basket.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
It's Williams, high post. 7 points in the game. Goes back up. Richards pulls it in.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Back to O'Neal. Pass to Richards. Outside O'Neal. Just 5 to shoot. For 3, Allen. On target from range. Now it's a 3-point Suns lead.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And the Suns making a change here. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 5. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, Brian, a lot of teams are staying clear of that dreaded second apron of the luxury tax. But the Suns, they blew right past it, adding Bradley Beal to create a star trio. Kevin Durant said, quote, "That's what you're supposed to do. It's about swinging for the fences every year." They're looking to go the distance.
Every year, you're right. Talent is there, Allie. O'Neal. And stolen by Holmgren. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Williams. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
3-point field goal.
Williams has got 10 points.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Three-pointer, Beal. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. Puts up a deep 3. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Lee on the wing. No points yet. And here's Richards. 6 to shoot. Beal left side. Money from the wing. Beal's got his second basket. Well, Brent, league-wide, more and more points being scored. You see that tapering off at any point?
BA, with all the rule changes and what we're seeing in terms of the skill set of players growing, I mean, the scoring is just going to keep going. How far can we go? I don't know. I feel like we're topping off a little bit. The only way we're going to score more points in the game is add more time to the clock.
Williams from long range. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Dunn. Out to Beal. Takes the three. Williams grabs the board.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Back to Holmgren. Pass to Williams. Dunn with a steal. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. The three from Holmgren. Chet from range.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
Now Beal. He's got 5. Here's Lee. Back to Beal. Shot clock at 6. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. And once again, off the mark by Phoenix. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. Williams misses. And it's Beal with the ball for Phoenix. They trail by 1. Pass to Dunn. Richards, high post. O'Neal on the wing. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's the break. Here's Dort. Holmgren. Ooh, Chet with a big finish.
And this is what Coach wants to see from Holmgren. Outworking the defense to get a second chance look.
And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
It's simple. Turnovers mean you lose shot opportunities, and your opponent can get easy hoops.
And it's the Suns with the ball. It's a three-point game. For 3, Booker. Hartenstein pulls it in.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And the big finish by Holmgren.
I like how unselfish Dort was on that play, freely giving it away rather than trying to chase down something for himself.
Now here's Bowl. 6 points for him. To the inside. Booker. No good. Unable to win this run. Thunder leading by 5. There's the 3. Bradley Beal with a rebound. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year. Already an elite shot blocker.
Here's Holmgren. Durant pulls it in. There's 48 seconds left in the first half of this game. Here's Dort. Finished off the break. And the Thunder lead by 7.
The turnover leading to the turnout. That's a fast break. And Dort finishes it off.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
And so it's Phoenix with it. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Inside. Here's Durant. Six to shoot. Pass to Allen. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Dort, right side. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with the wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Suns trail by 9. Outside Booker. Pass to Beal. From deep. Drills it from deep. Beal's got 8 points.
And Bradley Beal is going to stretch out a defense with that kind of range.
And here's Hartenstein. Wiggins outside. Kevin Durant with a rebound. And Booker's got the ball here for the Suns. For 3, Allen. Hartenstein pulls it in. Thunder leading by 6. The kick out to Wiggins. From deep, Holmgren. The rebound by Allen. Second half getting started. About a minute played. Pass to Bol. To the paint. The kick to Durant. And stolen by Holmgren. Wiggins from long range. And another miss by Oklahoma City. Outside Durant. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Basket counts.
And that's the shot that makes Kevin Durant. He's so special from the mid-range.
Outside for Dort. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. He shot 2 free throws in the game. Made 1 and missed 1. That's good from Dort.
Luguentz Dort, just a guy who puts his head down and goes to work. He gives every bit of focus on every play, and teammates love what he brings to the court.
Outside Booker. Outside Durant. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Outside for Dort. Let's go with a 3. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, Kevin Durant steadily climbing up the top 10 of the all-time scoring list. He said, I've been in the league for half of my life now. It's a blessing to be playing on this platform and doing what I love to do. I just want to continue to keep putting in good work and keep adding to what I already did.
One of the greats, Allie. Thank you. Lets the 3 fly. Suns trail by 6. Allen outside. Pass to Booker. To the middle. Durant surveying the D. Clock at 4. And the Suns miss again. Thunder leading by 6. Here's Williams. Bol grabs the board. And their biggest problem so far, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they've made some great plays, but way too many turnovers.
Allen on the wing. He has 6. Back to Durant. The 3 ball. Yes, sir! The smooth stroke of Kevin Durant.
KD really just rising up against anybody. That height and length makes him so dangerous.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Both teams will make substitutions.
Substitution on the court.
Oklahoma City leading by 3. Williams in the post. 10 points for him. And Williams punches it home.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
A little exclamation point. And it's out of bounds. Still Phoenix's ball. Back to Durant. This one for 3. That doesn't go either for Durant. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. And there's a whistle. That one goes on Royce O'Neal. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Pass to Dort. The kick out to Williams. Here's Hartenstein. And there's 2. Work on the glass, paying off that time. And now it's a 7-point Oklahoma City lead. Morris with it. Here's Durant. And Durant with the big finish.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
Outside, Williams. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Kevin Durant with a rebound.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Oh, Durant playing big in the paint.
And KD so nimble, just a difference maker inside the paint.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Williams. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That one's on Monte Morris.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for Oklahoma City?
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
A big fellow with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. You don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Back to Lee. 5 on the clock. Over Dort. Lee misses.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
He's gone 3 of 4 from the line. He misses the free throw.
2 shots.
He does not get the second one. Suns trail by 5. Pass to Lee. Now Richards. Outside O'Neal. Now here's Booker. From the top of the key. And it's good. 2 points. Booker's got 5 now.
Certainly not the best look, but I admire the confidence to let it fly.
Here's Jang. Pass to Jones. Back to Jang. Jones sets a screen. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Fires at the elbow. Richards pulls it in.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
For 3, Booker nails it from beyond the arc. Booker's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from 3-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the 3-point line.
Substitution on the court.
15 seconds left in the third quarter. There's a screen by Wiggins. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And another miss by Oklahoma City. And so the ball out of bounds. Gilgeous-Alexander tucks it last.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
For 3, Booker. Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for Phoenix. He carried them back into this ball game. It's all tied up to end the quarter. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Here's Caruso. Pass to Williams. Uncovered. Yep, right through the net.
Assistant, Alex
The
Caruso.
Suns trailing. And here's Booker. Durant with it. Tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. Long range from the inbound. They get it back. Allen outside. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
After committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Here's Oklahoma City now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Wallace outside. It's Williams, high post. Outside, Williams. Pass to Mitchell. 6 on the shot clock. Counted.
Mitchell.
Now it's a 4-point Oklahoma City lead. And so it's Phoenix with it. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. The three, Durant. It's good. He's 6 for 12 from the floor.
And Durant doesn't need more than a click to get one off.
Down low. Goes up at the stripe. Not enough on that one as it misses. To take the lead. Oh, KD flying in to cap off the break.
What an unreal scorer Kevin Durant is.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Daigneault was just reviewing the plan with his team. With the game so close, he wanted his team to stay aggressive, saying, don't be a watcher, be an actor. Go out and make something happen on the court. Don't let it come to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Oh, this one has turned into an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah, at this point, you almost expect it to come down to the last possession.
Now Booker. Outside Durant. From deep three-point range. Williams grabs the board. Thunder with a lead. Williams in the post. He can't hit that time. Solid defense from Bol. Allen left side. From the arc. That's good. And so Durant with the assist.
Unselfish play by KD there. Such a big part of what makes him a special player.
Wallace left side. Right side, Williams. The kick out to Williams. Back to Williams. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Suns.
Well, you love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving, good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
And the second free throw is good. This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
Coming onto the floor for the Thunder, number 55, Isaiah Hartenstein.
Now here's Booker. Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now.
Tough to guard Devin Booker on a quick pick and roll with his size and speed. He can be very dangerous in these sets.
Ooh, Booker from range. Pure.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
And Allen gets it to go.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Pass to Bol, and here's Booker. Covered by Joe. Clock at 6. Fires it, and another basket for Phoenix.
They're starting to pull away here as their shots keep falling.
Start to feel their confidence. That's the difference between the success they're having now and the struggles they faced earlier.
Count that one.
And this is why so many are high on Holmgren. His ability to dominate games with his scoring.
And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on an 18-5 run. Outside Booker. Outside Durant. There's a screen by Bol. The three is up. Durant, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Joe. Knocks down the long K. Joe's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
Cutting into this lead. They're well within striking distance.
They're just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Inside. And stolen by Holmgren. A minute 50 left in the fourth. Pass to Williams. Back to Holmgren. Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation. And the technical free throw is good. And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Oklahoma City making a switch here. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Hartenstein. Count it.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
The possession's just way more efficient, I think, here tonight. Taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ballgame.
Outside Booker. And here's Bull. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity at a three-point play. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The free throw drops for Bull.
And there's the cherry on top. Excellent trip up the floor to build out this lead.
To the inside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Booker. And that one's long. The Suns lead by 6. It's Beal on the wing. Back to Durant. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Ooh, poked away. Ooh, Durant with a steal. Pass to Bull. 4-3. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Well, that was just a quick glance from KD. He looks at the defense and makes the play.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Booker can't get it to go.
And they have to know that any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
And stolen by Williams. So the Suns win it. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
And BA, they showed their character when it mattered.
Man, catch me bust that. Think give me that WhatsApp, but when I hit you, better bring me that rucksack. Like on the up block with.
And hairstyle.
The rep boosting items. Always must-haves for my crew.
Oh my God, girl, is that YBS Village? He's so fine.
Hey, Roy, they check on my brother. Nigga, I stutter. Shawty just love me on scene, yeah, she want another. I ain't no sucker. Got these girls be like me. Make mad, they wanna fight me. I'm a heavy hitter, don't you be lightly. Oh my God, boots on my team. I'm tryna get my deal before my EDD run out. I ain't saying if they ain't talking about them out. Be like on the shade room. YBS Quinn, that's it that make the trade boom. For real, can't wait for my to hit. That's it. YBS way too hot for all this. We lit. Young Brian Nick, speaking that fact. Oh, I'm the voice. All my in can't turn my back. Never had no choice. I'm the young black king on the come up, they come up. And when I drop my the church gon' go up, go up. If the label let me drop, I swear the industry some ops. And when I get that label money, I'm getting it for you, not as a cop. I'm tryna get my deal before my EDD run out. I ain't saying if they ain't talking about them out. Be like on the shade room. trade boom. For real, can't wait for my to hit. That's it. Why it's way too hot for all we lit. Young Body nigga, speaking that fact. Oh, I'm the voice. On my end, can't turn my back. Never had no choice. Okay, mama, I'ma do the dishes. I'm praying on my knees. I have some wishes. That know the name. That got the fame. And even with no else, I'm cruising in my lane. I'm tryna get my deal before my EDD run out. I ain't saying if they ain't talking about the amount. Be like on the shade room. YBS coin, that's it that make the trade boom. For real, can't wait for my to hit. That's it. YBS way too hot for all this. We lit. Young Body nigga, speaking that fact. Oh, I'm the voice. On my end, can't turn my back. Never had no choice.
So you'll be picking up a new headband at level.
Okay, let's do it. I ain't got wrong with you, I just can't stop. Okay, let's go.
And this be from Cash, not from YouTube.
Let's go. Just got home with my little baby, it just hit 1 o'clock. Bad girl when I'm with you, and I just can't stop. Always on point for me, always on point for me when I'm not. You make me feel good while I'm working these shots. Okay, let's do it. Rock with me, baby, ain't no stopping, baby. Okay, let's do it. I'm his favorite lady. Like, I got that so good, that make him crazy. Yeah, I wanna give you love, don't act crazy. Want you to be the one to give me my baby. Want you to be the one to give me my baby. Okay, let's do it. My ex wanna, but I'm off that. You wanna, but I'm off that. It's time to move on and get a new. Just got home with my little baby, it just hit 1 o'clock. Bad girl when I'm with you, and I just can't stop. Always on point for me, always on point for me when I'm not. You make me feel good while I'm working these shots. Okay, let's do it. Rock with me, baby, ain't no stopping, baby. Okay, let's do it. I'm his favorite lady.
I ain't really got time for you, but I always find a slot. Left the stool 4 a.m., now I want you at my spot. You always on point for me, always on point for me when I'm not. Anybody try to play with you, ain't ducking me. Rock with me, baby, ain't no one stopping us, baby. Okay, let's do it.
Hi, folks, this is Brian Anderson. I'm with Grant Hill and Brent Berry, our reporter tonight. Allie LaForce. Well, the center position is obviously a point of strength for both of these teams, Brent.
Do you believe, BA, that these guys are coming in and not thinking about that very same thing? These guys want to test each other tonight, and you wonder, whoever gets the best of the other guy, will that elevate the next couple weeks of play for them in terms of their confidence? So a big man battle. Let's keep a close eye on it.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim. That's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Inside. Here's Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And before he even leaves the floor, Holmgren has the ball at rim level.
Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma City's ball. Here's Oklahoma City now. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
And it's the Thunder with the ball, following the score by Milwaukee. Dort for three. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Well, if you're looking for a 3-and-D player, Dort plays D, and there's your three.
And up the court come the Thunder on the break. And too long on the shot. Here's Milwaukee. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Out to Lillard. There's the three. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Mark Dackmelt and I were able to chat. We discussed the elephant in the room, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Coach said we'll look to build the wall as best we can, but Giannis gets better at beating it every year. All I'm really asking from my guys is their best effort against him. These are reasonable expectations from a coach for his squad.
Thanks for that, Allie. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And another miss by Oklahoma City. The drive by Antetokounmpo. Soft touch off the glass.
Typically, it takes Giannis one stride to get where he wants to go. And in that one stride, he's covering so much ground, you can't keep up with him.
And here's Milwaukee now. To the inside. And stolen by Hartenstein. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts. All right, guys, a breakdown here of the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
Lopez at that size has no trouble throwing it down.
And they're on the break. Pass to Portis. Back to Lillard. Antetokounmpo, right side. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
And coming off a major injury, Chet Holmgren was unbelievable in his first full season, Brent.
Doesn't it feel like BA, he poured the concrete and a solid foundation for what his career is going to be all about? I mean, a terrific big with skill, size, toughness. And the sky is the limit for this guy. One of the most unique players that we've seen. Holmgren, part of this new crop of 7-footers with skill, combines rare length and great ability. And when you add his feel for the game, it could make him special.
.133 left to play in the first. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
And look at Giannis using his length inside, allowing him to beat the contact and get the finish. put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? And then Porter with the dunk.
Wow. Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Williams' shot is good.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. He loves seeing these type of results. Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Here's Dort. And he makes it on the layup. Dort's got 5 points.
You want to run your offense through him. A reliable scoring option.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good work there as it goes.
When you have a guard like Gilgeous-Alexander that fights inside, it can add some spunk to your team. Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Now here's Antetokounmpo.
I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
Pass to Williams. No good with the triple. Antetokounmpo outside. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Milwaukee shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And that one misses.
Taking 2 shots.
And that trip coming up empty. Missing both. Dort for 3. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so, lots of scoring in a competitive first quarter. Oklahoma City ahead, up 3. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And what do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Defensively, their gambles are paying off, jumping passing lanes and pressuring ball handlers.
we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with you. Joining me tonight, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. Our buddy David Aldridge is on the sideline getting story. Hits it from three-point range.
And the fireworks begin. Should be an amazing show tonight.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
Now here's Edwards. Back to Randall. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity.
Two of the dominant teams, Greg, out here in the Western Conference going head-to-head.
And, Kevin, they know each other well. They expect to meet potentially in the postseason, and I would expect a playoff atmosphere tonight.
Here's Dort. Anthony Edwards making his last shot to the right side. And Chet Holmgren gets the three.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
Now let's find out what head coach Chris Finch had to say to David Aldridge. David?
We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. And at the other end, he's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line. That's what makes this 7-footer such a special player. Guys?
Thanks, David.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
First team foul.
Edwards looking it over. Outside Conley. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And not just a jump shooter. Conley is also adept at finding real estate close to the rim.
And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Screen by Hartenstein. That puts them in the lead. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points.
The classic combo guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is effective in the two-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Here is Conley, and that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be his second foul of the game. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And here's Edwards from the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Pass to Dort. Here he goes. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Some physicality there from Lou, pushing past the contact and into the shot.
Here's Edwards. Dort grabs the miss.
Well, he changed his shot on the approach, and it threw him up. He might have been trying to draw a foul.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Now, here's Caruso. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. Holmgren can't hit. Timberwolves trail by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Substitution on the court.
Pass to Clark. Back to DiVincenzo. Randall outside. To halt the run. Thunder with the rebound. Here's Holmgren. And he makes good on the layup. Holmgren's got 5 now.
And I've been gone too long, and I'm hoping that you sing my song, my song. I've been on this road for way too long. I've been hoping that we all get along. These roads of flames are catching a fire. Showed you I love you, you called me a liar. Give God the thanks and praises. I've been on my own, but we ain't never left alone, long. And if I'm telling you the feeling is wrong, relax a little, friend, this won't take too long. And when you're feeling alone, you can call my phone. Is there a better way to go? Teach them something before they lose the song. Oh, no, no, no. Freedom is the road. Oh, no, no, no. Coming in from the cold. Tell them not to sell it, it's worth more than gold. And guiltiness will catch them in the end. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Timberwolves looking to make the most out of their home court advantage here at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. The amazing Nikola Jokic, Stan. How fun is this guy for us to watch every time we do a game?
Yeah, he's such an interesting guy, Kevin. He's got so many skills, and he's led the league in touches, but he's near the bottom in how long the ball sticks in his hand. Constantly making quick decisions and passes. This guy is really like watching the best we've ever seen.
I would agree. And what a quality to know where to go with the ball when the pressure arrives. Now here's Murray. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. Murray, good.
And on the drive, Murray can seem unstoppable. His agility cuts the defense apart there.
Here's Edwards. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Here's Gobert. Denver grabs the miss. Murray looking around. Down low. And he banks in the layup.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
Edwards can't hit.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
On the wing, Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
And the Canadian getting up. Murray hammers that one home.
Outside Edwards. From downtown, Jokic grabs the miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Pass to Murray. Outside Gordon. Jokic with it. 4 on the shot clock. For 3, Gordon. And rebounded by McDaniels. Timberwolves trailed by 6. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you.
And such a sharp shooter from outside the arc. Porter just superb at knowing when to fire from deep.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And looking back, Coach, how great was it to see the Nuggets win their first title back in 2023?
One of the great NBA stories, Kevin. It was huge. It was a moment years in the making. That championship meant so much to the city of Denver and its fans.
And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
Well, that's just a careless pass. He's lucky that was just deflected and not picked off.
Randall surveying the D. To halt the run. And that's 2 points on the layup.
You know, they like Randall to be an offensive presence in the paint. They want him to be an option on every possession.
On the wing, Murray. Gobert with the block. Outside Edwards. Randall with the bucket.
And the defense cannot underestimate Randall's strength. Pushes right through the contact and gets the shot.
Now here's Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Oh, that's terrific anticipation from Jokic, erasing that shot attempt.
Offensive rebound. Gobert with the block. Here's Randall. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Westbrook with it. Conley picks him up. In the corner, it's Gordon. And they double up Gordon. Here's Jokic. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. There's 10 seconds left in the first. Here's Conley. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nuggets lead by 5. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a moment. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And the basket by Edwards. And Stan, we seem to be in the midst of a big man renaissance in the NBA. I love it. So that being said, which of these big stars do you like the most?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so much talent and they're all different. You've got Embiid, who is unstoppable offensively. You've got Wembanyama with his combination of...
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible. Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
Westbrook surveying the D. Five to shoot. And he makes that one. Westbrook's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And this team encourages Westbrook to look to score inside. You can see why with these results.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. So Edwards will go to the free throw line. That one on Porter. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Pass to Brown. It's stolen by Edwards. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's foul number 2 for him. To the middle. Here's Gobert. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
And the big man from France, Gobert, a menace around the rim.
To the paint. Looking to end the run. Porter, no luck.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Here's Edwards. Inside, Edwards finishes strong.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Murray with it. Out defended by Randall. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And really, Coach Van Gundy, the acquisition of Aaron Gordon for the Nuggets was one of the things that elevated them to the championship caliber team that we saw.
Yeah, Kevin, he was sort of the missing piece. He's a great fit in the front court alongside of Jokic. His athleticism, his defense, his ability to score inside have really made them a great tandem.
And what about his ability, Stan, to fit in right off the bat and make a difference?
You know, just about anybody can fit in playing with Jokic, Kevin. He makes the game easy.
Well said.
And Gobert knows his role on this team. Rebound, block shots, and look to score near the basket. You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Gordon hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And there's just so much athleticism to Gordon's game. Good luck trying to contain him inside.
Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. He gets it in there.
And I feel like Jokic has 360-degree vision. I mean, no matter where the open man is, he's going to find him.
To the inside. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got the lead up to 6 now for the Timberwolves.
And they've repeatedly pushed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off. Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defender.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Here's Edwards. Can't get it to go. His 5th miss and 10 shots from the floor. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for Denver. And they double up Murray. Inside, here's Jokic. His shot is good, scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries, shooting 50%. Randle down low. And the basket by Edwards. Edwards got 16.
Edwards plays with such ferocity.
Here's Murray up on top. He's got 6. Gobert with the block. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
A phenomenal floor general. Conley is gifted at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Here's Murray. Randle with the block. They recover it. Chalk up 2 there. Timberwolves leading by 4. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. 6 points for him.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
It'll count. That one's not going to go. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Outside Conley. Pass to Randle. Looking for Conley. He gets it there. And that one drops. Conley's got 6 points. And eventually every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or 2 against the young fellas. And sometimes that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully by that point it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Edwards flies in to cap off the break. What hustle!
Well, look, Edwards plays with a lot of confidence, which makes him deadly off the catch.
Murray outside. Here's Brown. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Timberwolves leading by 11. Pass to Edwards. Here's Reed from past the arc. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Hey, Coach, what about Naz Reid after going undrafted back in 2019? He is really showing them, isn't he?
Well, Kevin, what a story. Uncommon skill level for a player of his size. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He's got a lot in his arsenal.
Porter, no luck.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. And no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there. Murray outside. Shoots over McDaniel. Here's Jokic. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And he's got a lot of jobs to do. And Jokic takes rebounding just as serious as the other phases of the game.
Last season, Stan, Jokic passed LeBron's all-time triple-double mark. And he did it stunningly in 813 fewer games.
Yeah, now it's really possible, Kevin, that he's going to end up at the top of that triple-double list by the time his career's over. He's got the big O and Westbrook in his sights. You know, don't sell this guy short. He can do it almost any night.
Here's Brown. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Clock at 4. Here's Murray. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Minnesota leading by 11. To the inside. Reed. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Reed got 5 points now this quarter. And a wide open look for Porter. The Nuggets with another miss. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And the baseline jumper, no good. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather, and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Both teams will make substitutions. Timberwolves leading by 11. And there's the whistle. That's going to go on Christian Brown. That'll be his second foul of the game. There's 1:26 left in the third quarter. Outside Edwards. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. Pass to Ingles. Shot clock at 5. And here's Edwards from the arc. The Nuggets trail by 11. On the wing, Porter. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Porter's got 7.
And a smooth shooting stroke off the catch. Porter clearly excels in those situations.
Here's DiVincenzo. Solid as a rock from 20 feet away. And the Timberwolves lead by 11.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And here's Edwards from the arc. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
And that jump shot by Porter is pure. Has such a fluid shooting motion.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. From deep Ingles. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Stolen by Conley. And it's good for 2. Conley's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Timberwolves. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And maybe, he thinks he can cheat himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
The Nuggets trail by 10. Pass to Gordon. It's Porter outside. Gobert pulls it in. Edwards with it. Now guarded by Murray. And Edwards with the stuff.
Well, just look at that power. Edwards is unbelievable.
The kick out to Porter. Back to Jokic. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
Outside Conley. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Jokic.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
And we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Did you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks? Yeah, payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof. But look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security, Kevin.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Was able to listen to what David Adelman went over with his team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
All right, thank you, David.
A constant threat around the rim. Gordon is an agile big who just throws it down with ease. Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Edwards shooting fearlessly from the arc.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
The kick out to Porter. Pass to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards, taking the contact but staying committed to his finish.
Murray down low. Tries again. Oh, Jokic powering inside.
Oh, the Joker taking over. He's had his way offensively, making it look easy.
Here's Edwards, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Edwards got 32 points.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Here's Edwards. Oh, what a physical score from Edwards.
And that's his MO. Sometimes he can score more points by himself than the rest of the team.
Looking to end its cold spell. No good on the layup. Timberwolves leading by 14. Going inside. Yep, it counts. 36 points for Anthony Edwards.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Timberwolves.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future. A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
Here's Edwards. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. 43 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And it's McDaniels with the rebound.
I think this is a rare case of being overcommitted. He tried to go all out at the rim, and they stifled him.
And so here's Denver. To the paint. Saric. And slam dunk by Saric. Now here's McDaniels. Pass to Randall. From the stripe. And the shot goes in. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll do it, folks. So for Stan Van
Keep telling me get it and go. Some keep telling me God watching over me, but I feel the demons getting close. He be pillow talking about